Hey, you guys, it's me, Kiana, coming at you today, and actually tonight because it's quite late and I am heading to bed. Um, but I wanted to give you guys this video because, as you can see in the title, I absolutely, positively, positively, unequivocally love soda. I still love soda, you guys. I really, really do. Like, when I say I love it, you guys, you're not understanding fully what I'm saying. I literally would choose soda over eating any day, even now, 1 year post op. But if you know anything about the surgery, that's weight loss surgery straight across the board. Carbonated drinks, what it does is over time, it can stretch out your stomach. Okay, so of course, over time, your stomach will just stretch a little bit, but carbonated drinks is going to stretch it even more. Okay, so that's something, of course, being that we went through weight loss surgery, that's not something you want to do. So even though occasionally I may have, a canned soda, you have to nip it in the bud. And I do these videos not so much as to, I really don't want to reveal this to people because people look for things to say. They look for, they just anxiously waiting to find out that you're having a struggle with something, or that something isn't going as perfect as you may think it would be or would have been. And they, oh yeah, girl, yeah, what's going on? Tell me. And then meanwhile, they're like, yes, she's struggling. Yes, she did something wrong. We all have had those type of women in our circle at one point in time. So I don't like to do these videos, to reveal something like this, because I don't like to give people that ammunition. But I do these videos and I go ahead and suck that up because I do know that what I share is of substance. I do know that what I share speaks to many people. And I do know what I share is of great value, because there are others out there that say, Lord, I love soda too. Or, yeah, I'm going to sneak a soda every now and then too. As if we're like sneaking it from ourselves. Like, it doesn't matter if others don't know or if they do know. What matters is you know, and you know it's not the right thing. And we all do things wrong. I'm not excluded from that. I eat, things wrong sometime, and that's where the surgery comes in, and that's where you come in, where you have to do your part. Sure, the surgery is going to, stop you from overeating or eating excessively like we used to do. But you have to make the right choices. And that's when people think that you could just sit back with your hands behind your head and kick your feet up and just let it do what it do, and think it's going to be successful, and that you're going to reach great heights, and that in a year you're going to be 200 plus pounds gone. Well, if you do not do your part, it's not going to be as successful. Sure, you'll lose some weight, but to be as successful as you could be in a year, it's not going to reach that level. So, you're going to have to work with this sleep. You're going to have to work with that gastric bypass. You're going to have to work with that lap band. I share these videos because I want people to understand and to really fully get that is some things that you are going to do or have to do. There are a lot of things that you're going to have to do. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what exercise would I do? Well, start with walking, you know, because that's very easy. It doesn't cost anything. It's something that we all have to do anyway. So, like when I, you know, want to get like toiletries or whatever, I walk to the store. No longer do I have to ride. If I want to get, a salad, I walk to the market and get a salad. Yeah, I walk to the market. A lot of times when I want something good, I'll say, okay, well, Kiana, you want that item? Walk all the way there and get it. A lot of times that discourages me from eating it. Because I'm like, child, I don't feel like it. Forget it. And that discourages me from eating it. And then if I do say, you know what, it's so worth me walking all the way to the market and back, guess what? I've gotten in some exercise. You know, I'm not perfect. See, I'm not one of those who proclaim that she's perfect. That's not me. But what I am is human. And what I am is getting better and better and better. And eventually, I will be at that level that I've always dreamed about. And to be honest, let me rephrase that because I've always been big. You guys know that. So I don't have an ideal weight. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want to hear me say I want to be X amount of weight, and they don't understand how I can say this because they're looking at it from a perception, their own perception, or what they would think. Well, I'm me and you're you. And being that I've always been big, and being that I haven't been this weight since I was 18 years old, I'm good. I'm happy. You know, we always can be better, but I'm happy today. And I know that I'm going to get better and better. Why? Because I'm doing the right things. And when I do wrong things, I fix them. The next day, I do better. The next day after that, I do even better. And sure, there's going to be those times where I don't do so well. But you better believe my good far outweighs my bad. And that love for soda that I have, it has to be nipped in the bud. So, although I love soda, love it, it has to be stopped and it has to be nipped in the bud. And this is something that you, if you're thinking about weight loss surgery of any kind, this is something that you're going to have to face. Whether you face it 1 month post-op or whether you face it, like me, 12 months post-op, it still needs to be faced. And don't change it because everybody says, because you know a lot of people are going to line up and say this. She shouldn't be doing that because she had weight loss surgery. You're going to get that a lot. Meanwhile, they're eating Cheetos when it's like 8 o'clock at night when they're in front of the TV. Meanwhile, they're drinking a 2 liter a day. Meanwhile, a year later, they're at the same size as when they were shunning you. They're that same size 6 months later, 8 months later, a year later. So don't change these things because of what everybody else is saying. Change them because it's necessary for your success. And that is what the focus should be on. So I hope that this video has spoken to you in some way, shape, or form. I reveal this because I feel kind of naked doing so, but I reveal it because I reveal it with a purpose. And I hope that you get that. Please take time to thumbs up this video. It encourages me to continue to share and to continue to bring you guys videos without censoring myself. And thumbsing up just tells me that it was something of value that you got from the video. And it just gave you a little insight into my world. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go do so. We want to welcome you to the Big Custody 2 family. And yeah, and if you haven't checked out my store, make sure you go do that as well. The link for that will be provided underneath of this video in the description box. It's bigcuz52.webs.com, Kiana's Diva Designs. And it will be our pleasure to service you there. On that note, talk to you guys later and be blessed.